Hey guys, what is going on? I hope everyone's doing good. It's me, Tommy, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about the PS4 and the Xbox One. So, pretty soon we all are going to have to make a pretty important decision, and it's which console are we going to buy? And this is going to affect our gaming experience for roughly 6 to 8 years and maybe even more. And so, this decision is very important. And I wanted to share with you guys some of the facts and analysis that I've compiled over the past couple months. And all my information comes from Tech Radar and IGN, so you know that it's legitimate. Before I get into this, I wanted to touch briefly on you guys and let you guys know about my current generation. So I own both the Xbox 360 and the PS3, and I love both consoles. They're both really good consoles. I've never really understood why people talk bad about other consoles, and it's funny because most of the people that do don't own the other console, and I don't understand it because they're in no position to make judgments on the other console since they don't own it. I own both. Both are great. You know, they both function at the heart. They both function the same. They play games. That's what they're built to do. But each has a different style and a different personality. And that's what I wanted to help you guys with today, so you guys can make an informed decision come November and this holiday season when it's time for you to decide which console to buy. And to begin, most of you guys know Microsoft has changed their strict policy rules. They will no longer have the always online or the game sharing and stuff like that, the restrictions on game sharing, and that's good to know because that was a heavy criticism when they announced that. So basically, in the next generation, games will play out the same that they did in this generation. One slight difference is the Xbox One will have an HDMI input port for live TV. Most of you guys won't use that, but I figured I'd let you guys know. The PS4 is smaller and sleeker in design, but personally, I would never make a decision based on looks. So now I'm going to delve into the heart of the PS4 and the Xbox One. So both will be running an x86 octa-core CPU, and it's built by the same maker, which is AMD. Now, where they will differentiate in the chip is the Xbox One will have a heavily modified 8-core AMD processor, and the PS4 will use an x86 by 64 Jaguar CPU. Now, for visuals, the Xbox One will combine the GPU and CPU in a system-on-a-chip design, which will have DirectX 11.1 support. The PS4 will differentiate itself with a semi-custom AMD Radeon that runs a 1.8 teraflops per second, whereas the Xbox One will run 1.31 teraflops per second. Also, the PS4 will have an 8 GB GDDR5 RAM, as opposed to the Xbox One, which will have an 8 GB RAM DDR3 memory. So the PS4 will have a bit more memory than the Xbox One, but this is more for developers. Most of you guys won't need to worry about that type of memory. It's for making games and things like that. However, the Xbox One's guaranteed memory will be higher than the PS4 since the PS4 requires 3.5 gigabytes of memory for OS. Now, where the Xbox One really outshines the PS4 is in Connect 2.0, which is in 1080p and can process up to 2 gigabytes of data per second. And the PS4 will only feature a camera that is 1280 by 800 px. So the Connect 2.0 is a far superior system than the PS4's PlayStation Eye. As of now, indie support favors PlayStation 4, but since Microsoft has changed all their policies and restrictions, only time will tell if indie support is swayed differently or will remain neutral. But as of now, indie support is more favored towards the PlayStation 4. Now, I'm going to break everything down into simpler terms, and I'm going to let you guys know like all the features and things that you really care about. I just wanted to share with you guys what was inside the PS4 and the Xbox One. Now, the Xbox One will be priced at $499 and the PS4 will be priced at $399. Game DVR, which allows you to record your own gameplay, is free on the PS4, but Xbox One members will have to buy an Xbox Live Gold membership to use that feature. Both consoles are now in a system where you have to have a paid subscription to play online games. Last generation, the Xbox, you had to pay for online, but the PS3 was free. In this generation, both are now paid subscriptions. Storage space on both are at 500 gigabytes, but the PS4 will have a user removable hard drive. External storage for the Xbox One will have USBs, and the PS4 has yet to release details. Both support cloud storage and account access from multiple devices. One second. Each will have a play and download as you go, and this is a really interesting feature because you can download a game, and rather than waiting all the time for it to download, you can play the first couple levels and missions as the game is still downloading, which is a very cool feature to have. Every Xbox One will come with a headset, but the PS4 will support wireless PS3 headsets. Xbox One will require mandatory game installs, and the PS4 will not. There is no used game fee or digital sharing or gifting in both consoles, so it basically works how this generation's working. So no change there. The controller power supply for the PS4 is rechargeable and built in, whereas the Xbox One requires 2 AA batteries. The Xbox One will feature voice commands and the PS4 will not. The PS4 supports Bluetooth, whereas the Xbox One will not have Bluetooth functions. And both consoles will not be region locked and will support 4K, which is a very good move because the future of TV experience will be in 4K, but we just have to wait for 4K television prices to go down. The apps for Xbox One members will there will be more apps, but in order to use those apps you must have a paid subscription. So the Xbox One will have Skype or NFL, but the PS4 apps will be free, such as Netflix and Hulu Plus. So all in all, the consoles are pretty much the same. They just differ in some regards, which I went over with you guys. And in my opinion, there are 2 factors that you should really consider when you buy the console of your choosing. The first is games. Look at the exclusives that each console features. And this is important because what you don't want to end up happening is for you to be envious of other console members because they're playing a game that you can't play because it's not on your system. You know, really decide what type of gamer are you. If you're a really die-hard Halo fan, then buy the Xbox One because you know Halo games are going to be coming out on the Xbox One. The second factor that you should consider is people, your friends, the people that you game with. I'm not saying buy the console that everyone else is buying. What I'm saying is, if you're the type of person that really only likes to game with friends and you're not a loner gamer, then buy the console that your friends are buying. But don't, if you're a normal gamer, don't buy a console because everyone else is buying it. And a lot of people are afraid because all their friends are going on one console. But I promise you, whatever console you get, you're going to be making friends that play on that console. So have no fear. You need to make the decision for the console that best fits you. It's going to be your console. You're going to be the one playing it, and what you don't want to end up happening is down the road, you know, a year from now, all your friends stop playing games and you're left all alone. So you really need to make the decision that's best for you, no one else. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be the one who's going to be playing the games. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I really hope that I was able to help you guys make a much better informed decision. Thank you very much for watching this video. Have a wonderful day, and keep it real.
We had the last 4 kill cams with him winning, and then in that one he was dying, so he still stole the